2022 is going to be your best year ever if you just keep going. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the CashPT Lunch Hour podcast. This is your host, Dr. Aaron LeBauer, and Happy New Year. It's 2022, and this week's episode, I'm going to bring to you my trends and predictions for physical therapy industry in 2022. But before I do that, I want to give a very special shout out to Trent Corey. And Trent is not only one of our Platinum Mastermind members, but if you remember back a few episodes when I announced a contest to give away some swag and some special gifts, I said, hey, if you get anything from this podcast, go leave us a rating review on iTunes. And out of everyone that left us a rating review, our team picked a winner, and it was Trent. So congratulations, Trent. I'll be sending you some swag. I'll probably, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be getting one of our 80% is good enough sweatshirts and some other stuff. So thank you for listening. And if anyone is listening and you found this podcast helpful, I don't read the reviews to feed my own ego. What they're for is there to help other people understand what's helpful for you about this. So when you share what's working in your business or in your life with other people, when you share the insights and ahas you have from listening to this podcast or anything else, what you're doing is you're triggering a light bulb in someone else's head that, hey, that's what I've been thinking. That's the thing that I need. This is something that's possible for me in my business and my life. And so if you found any of this helpful, please share this with your friends, take a screenshot, tag me, whatever. Just go to your app and send the episode to a friend through a DM or a message. It'd be great if you left a rating or review because that makes sure the podcast is seen by more people. But if you could share it, that'd be amazing. So the three big things that help people get the most success, and these are the three rules in our Platinum Mastermind, is you must be quick to ask for help when you need it. You must be quick to take action and implement what you learn. And you must share your wins and your lessons. And if you can do those three things, you'll be wildly successful. Most people don't. Most people sit on the fence and don't take action. Most people struggle to ask for help because they're afraid it's going to make them look stupid and it's going to hurt your ego. And then once you do have success, most people think that, now I've had success, I need to hold it close to my chest and I shouldn't let anyone else know about it because it's my edge. It's not your edge, it's your burden, it's your albatross, okay? Not asking for help, not taking action quickly, and not sharing your success is going to keep you from massive success. The only reason I'm here speaking to you and you're here listening to me is because I started sharing what I knew about cash-based physical therapy without asking for anything in return. And if you, like many other people who only just read my book or just listen to the podcast, and you build a successful business and you're inspired to grow your business, well, then you're benefiting from me sharing the lessons and insights that I've learned over the last 22 years. So it's your duty to turn around and share it with other people. Wouldn't you agree? So Trent, congratulations and thanks for the massive shout out. And it's always awesome to hear from and work with amazing physical therapists like you. So shout out to Trent Corey. If you want to learn more about Trent, outrunyourkneepain.com is Trent's website, and Trent's crushing it. So congratulations, Trent. All right, let's dive into it. Trends and predictions for 2022. These are in no particular order. I should probably reorder them, but these are the order they came out of my head. So if they came out of my head by important first and then less important, I'll read them from the bottom. So I'll start with number 7. I've got 7 of them. I'll probably throw in 1 or 2 more as bonuses along the way. Number 7, you need to be creating alternative streams of revenue. I believe last week's episode was a replay of the Alternative Streams of Revenue podcast episode from earlier this year. It was so important. I was like, we need to put that out again. Okay, you must have multiple streams of revenue in your business. Even if you own a clinic, you must have some other alternate stream of revenue. In that podcast, I go over probably, I think, all the streams of revenue that I have and all the ones that you could have. But think about it this way: is if you have a business or a job, that's one stream of revenue. What are the other ways that you can diversify your income? Okay, you don't want to put there's a reason they say don't put all your eggs in one basket. So let's say you own a clinic and 80% of your patients come through physician referrals. You have a very narrow stream of income. What if one physician decides that they don't like you anymore or disagree with you? Well, then your income could drop drastically. So diversifying your income in your clinic is creating multiple referral sources, but that's still one stream of revenue is your clinic and your ability to treat patients. So you should have not only products and other services, you should have something completely outside your business. Maybe you sell things on eBay, maybe you coach physical therapists or you mentor people, maybe you teach Con Ed or you do a side gig teaching Con Ed, something like that. You can do the exact same as an employee. You teach or assist Con Ed on the weekends. You mentor other physical therapists. You create an online product or service. You drive an Uber. You want to have one or two in the background that make you some money that are proven, but maybe you don't focus on it 100% now, but maybe you focus on it 100% later. Okay, so I was a massage therapist and went back to PT school and became a PT. I traded one stream of revenue for another. But as soon as I started helping people create a cash practice, I had people asking me, how much do you owe me? I said, I don't know. But I realized then that I had like another stream of revenue and another opportunity for myself. And for a few years I did it, and I was still made more in my clinic than I did coaching other people. But fairly quickly, the coaching business became an equal like stream of revenue for me. And now it's much higher because I'm not treating patients in my clinic, but I still have my clinic. So my clinic is now my alternate stream of revenue, because if the coaching dried up, I could just go back to treating patients, or vice versa. But I also have other revenue like investments. We've got IRA, I've got stocks, I've got real estate, I've got some crypto, I have an NFT now. If you don't know what an NFT is, go look it up, etc. I could sell a bunch of stuff on eBay. I've been selling on eBay for over 25 years. So if I needed to make money, I know I could. Do you know how to go make money right now? If you know another way to go make money than what you're doing right now, that's an alternate stream of revenue, and you need to start building those up. That was 7. Number 6, PTs will be demanding higher salaries. So either you're going to be demanding a higher salary, or your employees are going to be demanding higher salaries. Okay? If you rely on insurance, it's much harder to meet their salary demands. Even if you're a cash practice owner and you have other therapists working for you, you need to be charging enough so that you can pay them a good salary. If you're only charging $150 an hour and you're trying to hire other employees, you're going to have a hard time either making a profit or figuring out how do I, afford to pay them what they're worth, or even close to what they're worth. So how do we keep them? Well, there's incentives. There's some other things that we can do. We can give them a great work schedule. I'm working with some new clients who live out in, like near Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I'm like, if I was 25 and you offered me a job where I could come treat patients during the day, and I got my ski lift ticket, season pass paid for, that was a bonus, and I got off, Fridays at 12 so I could go ski in the afternoon. I don't know if they do night skiing out west. I think on the East Coast we have night skiing, on the West there's not as much night skiing, but I'd be like, hey, give me a day off or a morning off. It's like, or if you have a clinic on the beach and you want to attract surfers, well, man, give me the mornings off and I'll treat patients the afternoon. Something like that. You have to create a lifestyle that's more than what people get working at a PT mill. But also, now that you have alternate streams of revenue, couldn't you help your employees create alternate streams of revenue? I know I have, and I'm 100% open to that. And if you're one of my employees and you're listening to this, I'm open to helping you do that. And it's not that easy to build a coaching business or a coaching brand or an online brand that that people want to pay to work with you, right? You have to be unique and you have to build an audience. And once you have an audience and you offer something unique, then you can start generating money from it. And kind of side note, one of the biggest problems I've seen in the last year or two, probably the last 2 years since the pandemic, so many more PTs are starting online businesses and they come into it and they get really upset that they don't make money right away, that within a year they're not making $10,000 a month. Well, shit. You know what? It took me, I started my first business in 1999 and I didn't start making $10,000 a month online until 2015, maybe? I can't remember, something like that. Like I started my coaching business, was it in 2013 I sold my first product. And I think it was 2015 where I was actually making six figures. So it takes time. And there's no better time to start than now. I think it's a Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday, but the next best time is now, or something like that. The best time to start your business is now. It was yesterday. The next best time is right now. So if you want to keep amazing employees and you want to grow your business, scale your time, you have to charge enough so that you can pay a good salary. And what is enough? $150 an hour is enough if you're charging that to, multiple people an hour. But if you're seeing one person one-on-one for 60 minutes, $150, and you're trying to pay someone, you can pay them $85 an hour. But if you're paying them on salary and you have the taxes and insurance and the benefits, you got to have also another therapist, like an admin person. And so your therapist has to see enough people to basically cover themselves and their admin. And if you're not treating patients, pay you something. So you can scale it up. So it's got to be above $150. I can't tell you exactly what to charge. You know what we charge. We charge $250. We don't charge $250 an hour. We create plans of care, a $2,000 plan of care, which is about 8 visits. And would I say that's enough? It's good. Should we be charging more? Probably. Do I want to? Not right now. I think it's enough right now. But what we really need to do is have probably 3 to 4 therapists charging that. 3 to 4 therapists charging $225 an hour is going to generate $1 million a year, and that's plenty. But if you can't get to $200 or more, then you're going to have a really hard time being able to afford amazing physical therapists to work for you and treat your patients. Because you know what? All these guys graduating school now, they've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans and debt. And after 2 to 3 years working home health or doing something or working in a mill, making nothing, they're burnt out and they're not going to be around for very long. And I think it's up to us as cash practice owners to create amazing jobs so that they don't burn out. Because we all know that the PT mills it's just a matter of time till they go down. I'm not sure it's a 2022 thing. That's why it's not on my list, but the PT mills are going down. I can see it, and I've worked with people that are struggling to make it work because they don't collect enough from insurance. Okay, number 5, Facebook ads are harder and more expensive to do now than ever before. Even Jake, who's been working with me for over 4 years, running my Facebook ads, he's got an Facebook, what's it called? He's got an authorized or verified Facebook ads agency. They're so hard to run right now than more than they were last year and the year before and even 4 years ago. 5 years ago, I was running on myself and making 8x, 10x gains on Facebook ads. It just took me a lot of time. I hired him and improved my efficiency and decreased my ad spend, increased my profit, etc. Facebook ads are much harder and more expensive to run, and they will be in 2022. And that's why you must have a proven offer and a solid follow-up system in place before you run Facebook ads. Okay, you need to have a proven offer. Look, you can run Facebook ads without a proven offer. You're just going to spend money to figure out what the proven offer is. And yes, there's a different offer for warm traffic than there is for a cold Facebook ads traffic. But they're just going to get harder and harder to run and more time consuming. And you're going to put something up for a few days and it's going to work great and then it won't. And it's not because you did anything wrong. It's because Facebook is a moving target. Okay, so what's better than Facebook ads? The system that comes behind it. So you must have an offer that converts, whether it's a free offer, a low barrier offer, or a high ticket offer. You need to have an offer that converts consistently. When you can do that, you can run Facebook ads. But don't run Facebook ads if you don't have an automated email follow-up system using something like the PT email engine, because any of the leads that you capture that don't convert immediately, which is going to be a small percentage, they'll never convert if you don't have a follow-up system. If you do have a follow-up system, you'll convert another 10 to 20% of them over the next 2 years. I mean, 70% of people might convert over the next 2 years, but you'll never know that if you don't follow up with them consistently. And the only way to free up your time is to automate that process. And that's what we do with the PT email engine, is we automate the follow-up system. So through follow-up emails, follow-up text messages, follow-up notifications to my staff to reach out and call someone. Number 4, more people are getting sick, and not just with COVID. More and more Americans have metabolic disease. More and more Americans have injuries. They have problems with their health, their physical well-being, their mental health, etc. More and more people are getting sick. So what does that mean? There's more and more opportunity for you to help people solve their problems. Okay, there's a lot of barriers. Like, they all think they need an MRI to know what's going on. I mean, even Frank Kern posted an MRI or X-ray of his back the other day. It was like something about my chiropractor, and this is like, what do you think? And I think he's just doing it to drive engagement in traffic. But, you know, it's like, just because you have a disc protrusion doesn't mean it's a death sentence. Okay, but patients think that they need this stuff. They need an MRI to know what's going on. They need to go, I don't know, get some surgery or take a medication, and that this problem will never be fixed. But you and I both know that discs heal, that back pain isn't so simple as what you find on an MRI or X-ray. And who's better to educate the public? A social media marketing legend or a doctor of physical therapy? I'm going to vote for the doctor of physical therapy. Look, it's not my number one thing. Like I'm not big into research or explaining the body. Like, it's great. It's not, I can do it with my patients, but it's not my passion to create like a large like Instagram following around pain and exercise, etc. But you know what is my passion? Is helping people who have that kind of passion figure out how to make money off of it. So if you have a large Instagram following, let's say 10,000, 20,000 or more, and you're not making $10,000 a month and you'd like to figure out exactly how to do that, please get in touch with me, because I'd love to get on a free strategy call with you, show you some numbers, brainstorm some ideas, and show you how we can, build a multi-six-figure online business for you, so that you don't have to see 1,000 people one-on-one. We can work with 1,000 people. We can help 1,000 people or even 1 million people together, and you can still have plenty of time. Just like one of our Platinum Mastermind members, Jess Jenny, works 2 to 3 days a week, making $20,000 a month. And she doesn't have 10,000 followers. So just imagine if you were able to do what she's doing and you have twice the amount of followers that she does, or 10x the amount of followers that she does. Shouldn't you be making 10x the amount of money? You won't unless you have the right strategies and systems in place. And I'd love to help you create them. So just reach out to me, shoot me a DM and with the message impact, or just say, Aaron, just shoot me a DM message impact, and let's just chat about it. But more people are getting sick. And so also for those of you who see people locally, like, you need to become the local expert, the local celebrity. Because once you become the local celebrity or even a national celebrity, the local people will come and work with you. And we need to get on the weekly news. Like there's a woman here, a friend of mine. She's awesome, Nicole, and she's got like a weekly spot on the local news talking about mindfulness, meditation, and yoga. And I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, I'm super happy for her. And I'm like, why don't people want, like, why can't I get on that? I mean, I've reached out to the news in years past, like, why can't I get on there? Like, I should have a platform like that for helping people with their pain and their injuries. Like, it's not my number one focus at the moment, but we should all have that. We should all be this local celebrity, right? But the fitness, mindfulness, etc., is much more palatable to people than, pain, right? And injuries. And people think they already have a preconceived notion of what physical therapy is. Physical therapy is, I can tell you this, physical therapy is not leaving a patient alone in a room with a bell on a modality to ring the bell for you if they need you. Like, that's not physical therapy. That's sham. That's bullshit. And what is physical therapy? Physical therapy means there's a lot of different meanings to it or definitions, but physical therapy is using your critical mind, your critical decision-making skills to help other people avoid unnecessary imaging and expensive surgery. What better way to do that to be in the media, have a local column in the newspaper, have a local show on TV? Because more people than ever are getting sick and they need your help. And if they're injured, if they're injured and can't work out, they're going to get sick. If they're not working out, they're not going to feel good about themselves, and they're going to let their diet plan go, and they're eat Ho-Hos and Tostitos and who knows what. And, just McDonald's all day long, etc. They're going to wait in line at Chick-fil-A and then for lunch in Biscuitville the next morning, and they're getting metabolic disease and, sets them up for the opposite of success in their health. It's up to us and it's up to you to do that. So if you can help me do that together, that's how we're going to change the perspective of people in America and their health. It's not just fixing their back pain. It's fixing their mindset, their outlook, their lifestyle, fixing the definition of what physical therapy actually is and does for them. Next one, COVID. All right, COVID's here. I don't think it's going away. But really, this isn't about COVID. This is about the mindset that when this is all over, it will go back to the way it was. If by now you haven't realized that this isn't all over, this is the way it is, and it's never going to be the way it was again. You have to get over that and start living for what's coming next. Okay? And I'm not saying anything about what's happening now with Omicron. I'm saying the idea that when this is over, when Omicron passes, etc., everything is going back to the way it was. It's not going back to the way it was. So stop waiting and start planning your next move. Or what's your move now? Like I said, people still need to be healthy. They still are getting injured. Elective surgeries are still getting put on hold. So where are we as physical therapists in the conversation? If we're not in the conversation, we don't matter, and legislation gets passed that makes our lives more burdensome. And we need to be part of that conversation. So it is the way it is now, and it's going to be something different tomorrow. It's not going to be the way it was in 2019. So what's coming next? Like I've said, more people are sick. There's more opportunities for you to help people. They maybe look a little different than they used to. Facebook ads are getting harder. So if you don't have a proven offer and a follow-up system, you need to have one. You need to be charging what you're worth. And you should have multiple streams of revenue. Okay, so that's 7 through 3. So number 2, more people are starting online businesses, not just cash practices. So more physical therapists in 2022 will start making money online. More people will start making money online. There already are, but more people are going to be starting businesses online to help patients, not just telehealth businesses, but coaching businesses, health education businesses, etc., and not just cash practices. And yes, I do believe more people are starting cash practices in 2022 than they will have in 2021 and 2020. Okay, I've seen we've had dozens and dozens of new people come through our programs every week in the last quarter of the year, and I don't think it's going to stop. And for lots of reasons. I can no longer work in my job because of a mask mandate or a vaccine thing, and now I have to do it on my own. Okay, great. All right. I think that was a thing that happened in November, December. But you don't agree with your boss or the way the organization is being run that you work in, go get another job or start your own business. But don't wait until the last minute and you get fired or you can't go to work the next day. Start planning now. You want to open an online business, like I alluded to before, you must start building a audience and start creating content. Thinking about it and creating like building a course doesn't cut it. You have to start sharing what you know, and the best way to share what you know is to do it on social media. If you want to have any part of success like our Platinum Mastermind members have, people who come to me for help and work in our program, we put them on a 30-day social media challenge. So if you'd like to take up this challenge, here it is. Every day, you're going to go live on Facebook, or you could go live on Instagram if that's your platform of choice. But the reason I do live on Facebook is because the Facebook video can then be posted on YouTube, and it's in a horizontal orientation, so it can be posted on your website. It looks better if you put it on YouTube and then embed it somewhere else. It can still be shared on Instagram. But when you go live, you can't stop and turn it off and think about it. You just have to do it. So you plan out your month, use our 5x5 content grid, all the months of the day, and it's who, what, when, where, why. Okay? And then what are the top 5 topics? Back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, etc. And who, okay, like a celebrity, what is it? Where does it occur? Like really, like the where is more like, where's the problem typically come from? The why is back pain? Why is it important for you to do something about back pain? Who, what, when, where, why, who, what? Like what actually is like a herniated disc, and why you shouldn't be scared about it. Plan it out, and every day you're going to go live for 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. You're not going to worry about what people are doing, who's watching you, whether they like or comment or not. That is not the point. The point is to just go live and do it. And after you get 30 reps, you'll be like, this was easy. And you now have 30 days of content that you can send to a VA to create content for your Instagram or YouTube channel. And you just reduce, reuse, recycle your video content. And now you start building an audience, and you have people watching it, and you survey them, and you set up you create a lead magnet, you set up a follow-up system in the PT email engine. And now you've got an email list of 30 to 500 to even 5,000 people. Then you can go and pitch a online course. And once you enroll 6 people or more in your online course, you can go create it. And don't do it any other way. Okay, because more PTs are starting online businesses, not just cash practices. And an online business isn't a large Instagram account where you get a 10% affiliate commission off of selling a product. It doesn't matter what your Instagram account is or your social media is. It's a business that generates money from your own products that you sell through the internet, not in person. So create your own products. One of the best ways to create your own products is to create a course. It doesn't have to be long. It can be a mini course. It can be a 30-day challenge. It can be a product, a physical product. It can be a small group coaching or large group coaching program, right? You don't have to do 10 one-on-ones. Even if you're charging $2,500 a month, you don't have to do a one-on-one call. You can do group calls. Okay. More people are starting online businesses, not just cash practices. And if you're interested in getting started and launching an online business, number 1, go share what you know. Number 2, create an audience. Number 3, sell your course before you create it. If you want to learn how to sell your course before you create it, we created the Income Impact Academy back in 2020. If you're interested in it, you can go check it out, incomeimpactacademy.com, or you can send me a message asking me some more questions about it, and we'll send you the details. Number 1, this is it. I think the number one trend and prediction, inflation's here. We've got inflation. Are you feeling it? If you feel it already and you're afraid of it, you're either not making enough money, you're not charging enough, or you haven't been charging enough money and you're not paying attention. Do I feel inflation yet? I don't feel inflation yet. You know what I feel? I feel that I've got a bunch of savings in my bank account, and for the last 5 years it hasn't been earning anything, and I've been looking for other ways to invest it that'll generate more than that 0.1% it makes in the savings account. So I've been doing this for a while, is trying to figure out, how do I generate more money with the money I have? Wealthy people don't just leverage their own money, they leverage other people's money to make money. So think about that. How can you leverage other people's money to make yourself money? One simple way, that it's not something that I do, but it's to get other people to invest in your business. Let's say to invest in real estate, and you go buy a house and you flip it and you make 20%. They all get their money back and they get 5%, and then you keep 15%. Or even if you keep 5% and they get 15%, now you've made money with someone else's money and you haven't put any down. You might say, hey, that sounds foreign to me, so what's a better way to do it. It's kind of like saying, it's kind of like being a patient in physical therapy. They're leveraging other people's money. Like patient A has great insurance and never goes to the doctor or physical therapist or hospital. Patient B is, going 60 visits to physical therapy this year, hospital for multiple surgeries, etc. Yes, patient B has a little bit higher premium, but they're really leveraging patient A's money for their healthcare. I don't think that's the best analogy, but I hope you get what I mean. So you need to find ways to increase your income more than inflation. Okay, sell an online course, teach a group class, do some coaching, even if you're just doing coaching CrossFit 2 or 3 days a week after work. Ask for a raise. If you own a cash practice and you're feeling inflation right now, you're clearly not charging enough already. So figure out, how do you charge more? And that doesn't mean you have to go charge more for everyone who's currently seeing you. Just raise your rates way more than $25 with the very next new patient. They won't know the difference. The way we do it is we sell a plan of care. I teach all our Platinum Mastermind members at the very beginning of their onboarding process how to ethically sell physical therapy and enroll people into a plan of care instead of selling one-on-one visits. It's just something that we do. It's something that everyone needs. Most people won't do it, and I guarantee you won't do it or go figure it out unless you've put down enough money and committed to a long-term process and someone says you need to do this. Because sales is the hard work, most people would rather go market more. But I can tell you this, you don't need more marketing. You need to fix your sales. And one way to beat inflation is to learn how to sell physical therapy and learn how to sell your services, sell your programs, your courses, etc. And you'll beat inflation all day long, and you'll be able to make money whenever you need to. I didn't learn sales from selling physical therapy. I learned sales from selling bicycles. So if you haven't heard the episode about everything I learned about business, I learned racing bikes. I didn't actually include this one, but 1 year I worked in a bike shop in high school, and we had a bunch of different bikes. They were all basically the same. Some were red and some were black, but you could, we would get a commission for selling a bike. Well, we would have twice a year a super sale. And 1 year I came back from college and I just worked the super sale because Dale needed extra help. And I sold the most number of bikes and built the most number of new bikes. Or maybe I sold the second most number of bikes, but I was also building bikes that day. And so I built the most bikes, they're brand new bikes, and I sold the most bikes. It's much easier to sell a product than yourself. So that's why we sell the plan of care and not the physical therapy that I provide. So hopefully that makes sense and you're catching on to this. I would really, truly love to know what's been most helpful for you about this. So, if you can go leave a 5-star rating review on iTunes, that'd be amazing. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it helps other people see the show. But you can also just share, what'd you learn? You can take a screenshot of this and share it on Instagram and tag me. What are your big insights? That would be helpful, not just to me to know what to continue to talk about in the next episodes, but for your colleagues and your friends and your classmates to know where to go to get help so that they know how to help more patients, make more money, and not get burnt out of this career, because we've all worked too hard to just quit. So if you quit, you lose. If you don't quit, you're never going to lose. You just keep on going until you win. And that's just the way it works. Just like with a stock, if your stocks go down or your crypto goes down, you don't lose until you sell. So don't sell, just hold it. One day it might just go back up and then you win. But if you sell out of fear, if you quit out of frustration and fear, then you lose. But if you have a purpose and a why and a passion and you got into this industry for a reason, 2022 is going to be your best year ever. If you just keep going and figuring out how to make it work. And you don't have to figure it out on your own. There are other people that have been down this path before. My massage business went through the .com crash when I had it in San Francisco. I opened my cash practice when everyone told me it was impossible during the recession in 2009. And our practice is still here after everything that happened with the pandemic. So there's other people out there that have navigated all these problems and good problems and bad problems. So find someone, ask them for help. Then when they help you, implement what you decide on with them or they tell you to do. Take action on it. And then when works or doesn't work, share your wins and your lessons, because sometimes we win and sometimes we learn. As entrepreneurs, there is no lose, you learn. You lose when you go play a basketball game. There's a winner and a loser. There's not blue ribbons for everybody. But in business, you win and you learn. So it's your duty to share your wins or share your lessons. Okay, if it's with your coach or your community, or just write it down in a journal for yourself. You write down a journal for yourself, it doesn't help anybody else. Maybe it helps you, but it still doesn't keep you accountable. So my recommendation would be to share with the public and get over the whole ego thing, because you're incredibly smart, and the smartest people, the most expert people, are vulnerable and ask for help. They do. And that's just the way it works. So if that's you and you're interested in working together with me, just shoot me a DM. And if you're interested in working together to take your business from 6 to 7 figures, or 3 to 5K a month to multiple 6 figures, just shoot me a message with the words 2022. I'd love to hop on a call with you, brainstorm some ideas, and see if we're a good fit to work together. Beyond that, hopefully you got a lot of lessons out of this episode. Happy New Year. I think this year is going to be an amazing year. Look out for some other things to come, like PT BizCon, which will be coming up in March. We have some amazing speakers lined up, and look out for, just the other opportunities that are going to come your way, that if you don't seize them, someone else will. And, if you don't seize them, I will, but I'd love to help you do it. And I think 2022 is going to be an amazing year. We've got, where I'm recording this, we've got another 13 hours of 2021. So I'm looking forward to it. Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the next show. Peace.